Disney is not mature enough to handle this character. Yeah, that's right. I said it. I'll talk shit about Fox all day. The fact that they bottled the Phoenix storyline twice in a row. The fact that they continuously forced Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique down our throats, even though we didn't want her and she was the most annoying thing on the planet. The fact that they sidelined and neutered Cyclops, one of the best X-Men ever, took him out in order to glaze Logan as the leader of the X-Men when that's not how it should ever be. But they got Magneto right in both castings. Magneto is simply beyond. And he would nuke the entire Avengers squad. Kind of. Maybe. Before I begin, I'm gonna make something very clear to Warner Brothers. I am in no way trying to be the character Deathstroke. That is not who I'm portraying right now. I am portraying Zaffy. Don't come after me. To all the people who are wondering why I'm doing this, I am going to do a suit change very soon because I've been told that Warner Brothers may not be happy with the fact that I have branded myself this way. So anyways, this might be a hot take. Magneto is the best character in the entire X-Men franchise, not Logan. A lot of people like Wolverine. While Wolverine is going crazy, trying to figure out, what's his repressed memories that I'm having right now? What's happening? Am I an animal? While he's doing that, Magneto's trying to start a revolution. All right? He is on a cause to overthrow humanity. Now, we know how it all starts. He's the victim of, I can't say it because YouTube will go crazy on me, but Hitler did some bad things to these people, all right? And he got experimented on by Kevin Bacon, who killed his mom in front of him. Not a great upbringing, unlike Xavier's, right? Who was privileged and all that shit. He doesn't believe in humanity's ability to accept mutants. He doesn't believe that at all. He's a counterpoint to Xavier in every way. Xavier is an idealist. He idealizes humans. He says, no, they can be better. We can be peaceful. But Magneto's like, no, you're an idiot for even thinking that. Their experiences thwart them against each other, and it's awesome. I like Ian McKellen a lot as Magneto. I love him. He's my boy, Gandalf, all the way. But Michael Fassbender's Magneto, the gravitas, the nuance, the aura. This man is simply different. I love this version of Magneto. He is my favorite character in the entire X-Men. He might be my favorite comic book villain. And he might be my favorite superhero villain I've seen on screen besides Heath Ledger's Joker. Now, this is my favorite scene ever. Between them playing chess in first class. Ideologies against each other. We have it in us to be the better man, Eric. We already are. We're the next stage in human evolution. It's so fucking awesome. I love seeing Magneto display his ideology and why it's superior, whereas Xavier's like, no, you're wrong. Magneto's so awesome. Eric Lanchard is so compelling that my friends hate Xavier. All of them despise Xavier because they see him as like a misguided, dumbass idealist who's unrealistic, whereas Magneto is realistic. He's taking reality as it is, where Xavier is like in a dream world and they think he's simping over Moira, and that's the only reason he's working with humans. Listen, I can't blame him entirely for that, but this is what Magneto does. Magneto has put everyone against Xavier. Xavier's not the cool guy. Xavier might be the better man, but Magneto, all the fans love Magneto. I think my favorite version of him is in Days of Future Past. Now, Days of Future Past is one of the best superhero movies of all time. It's probably better, in my opinion, than all the Avengers movies. Hot take, I think it might be. I think it's almost a perfect movie besides her. You need to remove her. She's annoying as shit. I don't like her at all. We need Rebecca Romijn's version of Mystique back. Not only is she freaking hot, but this is how Mystique should be. Shouldn't be some freaking, I'm a hero now, who's the main character of this goddamn movie. Get the hell out of here, man. Listen, I'm supposed to accept it just because she's hot? No. Okay? Not at all. Not at all. Stop fucking with my slides macro. Stop putting women in here. Sorry about that. My assistant's mentally ill. But what I love about Magneto in this movie is that he's the veteran. He's a veteran. He's more of a veteran version of what he was. He's experienced now. He's older. He's colder. He's so cold he makes Wolverine look soft, for God's sakes, in their scenes. And the way he does Wolverine dirty at the end of this movie, goddamn, that's one cold mofo right there. I love his goddamn suit. This is my favorite looking suit of Magneto in the entire franchise. Now, Magneto, one of the great points that I don't think they delved into this enough. I was so interested in this. He got imprisoned in the Pentagon for killing the president, JFK, by curving the bullet. But he tells Xavier, I was trying to save him because he was one of us. They need to make a little short film on that, on how that went down. That is a fucking Oscar-worthy movie in itself. All right, Disney, if you're ever do an Elseworlds thing where Michael Fassbender is back as Magneto and just go back in time. You can do it. You can do it. Even the shit movies, Apocalypse, Dark Phoenix, even in the crap movies, he's the best part. The way he uses the guns and destroys all the aliens. All of his scenes are badass. In Apocalypse, his family gets killed and he goes to confront the construction workers. That's one of my favorite scenes of the movie. He's literally the best part of the bad movies as well. He elevates the franchise. Literally, he is the best character in the franchise. I'm sorry, Logan fans. But his true peak of his potential, his power, you don't see it until he embraces both the rage and serenity. This is what I love about him and Charles Xavier's relationship. Charles is able to bring the best out of him. And the power. Eric hasn't even reached the true potential of his power. But Charles is like, you're going too much in the rage. Let's look at the graceful side of things. Go to the memories of your mother, the ones you love. And that makes Eric go from raising submarines from the ocean to fucking lifting an entire stadium to pulling all the metal from the goddamn earth. I know Apocalypse was kind of helping him this, but Apocalypse just helped him peak his true potential. He didn't really give him any powers. He just gave him a little boost so Eric could see the true potential of his powers. He's a freaking god when it comes down to it. The way he can control electromagnetism at a large scale. Now, the real question is, let's say Iron Man, like a dumbass, like he usually is, he accidentally blows up a mutant camp or some shit. Because, Tony Stark's an idiot schizo moron. This is going to pit them at odds. If Magneto goes into Avengers HQ with the intent to murder all these people, could he do it? Could he survive the onslaught of all the Avengers? Well, let's just get this out of the way. These two are dead. These two are dead within the first 2 minutes, okay? Captain America's dead. That shield is going to cut him in half the same way Peggy got done by Wanda in Doctor Strange 2. That's what's going to happen. Now, to address, I love Cap, he's my boy, but we need to address something. Apparently, vibranium in the comics is not magnetic. In the movies, that's not the case. We've seen it be under the influence of magnetism many times. If this is true, even in the movies, that it's not magnetic, this is a bullshit metal. It should never be allowed in any story writing at all. I'm done with this shit now. How powerful is this goddamn metal? It can't be. It has no magnetism. The fuck? Magneto can control this thing. And if we're taking the current version of Cap, which Steve Rogers is gone now, right? Falcon, this dude is even weaker. He's just a dude with metal wings. He's dead immediately. Vision. Even if his vibranium, first of all, he'd be ripped in half. But even if his vibranium isn't magnetic, he got beat up by this dude. This guy got stabbed and got worked by Cap and Black Widow. You're not beating Magneto, Vision. I'm sorry, not ever. Wanda. Beautiful Wanda. You know how I feel about Wanda. I'd beat her in a fight. If she don't see me coming, it's over, right? But she is arguably the most powerful because of the chaos magic, right? She can control reality. Well, she also wants a family really badly. And they would be like, oh, daddy, it's you. Oh. They'd be embrace. And then Magneto will fucking slam her in the head with like some pan or something while she's not looking, right? That's what would happen. That's how that would go down. So Wanda's dispatched. She looks really good in that picture, by the way. That's a great shot of Wanda. Tony Stark. This is what would happen to Tony Stark realistically. Now, I know people are going to say, well, Tony has like anti-magnetic nano suits in the comics that he's able to beat Magneto with. I don't give a shit what Tony has. We're not giving him 5 years to prepare for Magneto, okay? We're not giving him the amount of prep time that he needs. He could build a god suit with prep time, all right? We're not allowing Tony Stark to get the greatest suit of no. Tony Stark, as he is, gets destroyed, contorted. That's what happened to him. Tony's dead. Done. Okay? None of these Avengers with the projectile, shields, energy blast, none of them can actually touch him because we saw in Apocalypse he's able to create a force field of magnetism around him. He can't touch him. It's an impregnable field. The only people who could probably do it are these two. Now this is where it gets hairy for my boy Magneto. This is where we might reach his limit. He cannot fight these two at the same time. First of all, he can't kill them. There's nothing he can do to kill them, but he can't fight them at the same time. If he does, he's fucked. He's done. He needs to figure out a way to distract one while facing the other. Now, in Age of Ultron, the Hulk got pieced up and put into this little cage of metal. He was able to dig a hole underneath the ground. If Magneto encases him in like a cage of all the heaviest, most durable metal he can find, all at once, caging him fully, he needs to focus to do this, okay? This is going to take a lot of time. He launches that shit up to space with Hulk in it. He's not going to kill the Hulk, but he's going to buy himself enough time while Hulk is breaking out of the cage in space and falling back to Earth. He'll buy himself enough time. Hulk is going to be up there floundering in space, falling back to Earth. He's going to be able to take on the Avengers in the meantime. Now, Thor, this is where we might reach the plateau for my boy Magneto. Now, could Magneto wield Mjolnir? He can stop it. He can raise it. He can't use it like, he could probably whip it at one of the other weaker Avengers. He can't gain Thor's powers with it or anything like that. And Thor will just take it back from him at some point. We're not relying on Mjolnir here, right? We're relying on electromagnetism. He could probably take control of electricity, lightning, and probably redirect that at Thor. So he might be able to rock Thor a bit and push him back, but at some point Thor is going to get at him. At some point, Thor's durability and strength will be able to surpass Magneto's power. He just has too much going for him. He has flight too. Magneto just can't fly out of there like he usually does. Thor's just, he's a god at the end of the day, right? So that's where we might reach our limit. Spider-Man. His spider sense is the only thing that's going to give Magneto trouble. He could dodge anything that Magneto throws at him. So if Magneto needs to encase him somehow in a similar way that he did to the Hulk and drown that motherfucker into the water. We saw in Homecoming, this dude was in a fucking parachute, falling in the water, scared shitless. Magneto could probably do something similar. Maybe. It'd be tough. Fighting all these guys simultaneously is tough. Because I shouldn't even be counting Spider-Man and Wanda in this because the principal Avengers team doesn't have them directly, but whatever, fine. And, worst case, he can use his electromagnetic shield to, like, zap Spider-Man if Spider-Man tries to touch him or something. But Spider-Man's spider sense is always going to be there, so that's going to be the only problem. Captain Marvel. Oh, Captain Marvel is the strongest, though. What's she going to do? Magneto can't really do anything to her. Here's the thing about Captain Marvel. Fuck Captain Marvel. Moving on. If Magneto can find a way to control, like, the Sentinels, this fight's over. This fight's over. If he can implant, like, metal into their mainframe, granted, they adapt to everything, though, so it's going to be hard. But these Sentinels are fucking unstoppable. You saw what the Days of Future Past, the X-Men couldn't even fight them head on. They had to go back in time to stop their fucking birth. Magneto needs to figure out a way to grab these people to help him in the fight. Avengers versus X-Men. They could easily make a movie that pivots around Magneto as a character. Magneto as a character is so important to this conflict because we've seen the Avengers always fuck with the mutants in the comics, and that's what causes the principal conflicts between them. Whether it's Tony or Cap saying, oh, we need to grab this mutant off you, something like that, and Tony did the whole Sokovia Accords thing. The X-Men are obviously not going to trust the Avengers after that shit. So, and Magneto could be the principal turning point where they piss him off, and maybe he might lead a fucking assault on the Avengers, right? If Magneto, Jean Grey, and Emma Frost walk into Avengers HQ, they wipe the floor with the Avengers, no trouble at all. None. But in my opinion, Disney will never allow Magneto to beat the Avengers because, one, they'll never allow their beautiful team to die, especially when you got Captain Marvel and all these dumbasses there too, right? And they lack the writing ability to be mature with Magneto's character, right? They do this shit. This is what happens when they try to preach or show social commentary or try to get deep. You gotta do better, Senator. You gotta step up. And Falcon and the Winter Soldier, one of the cringe speeches ever. Falcon is defending a literal terrorist group, by the way. A literal terrorist group. Idiot. The Flag Smashers. And then when they try to go the other way, they do this shit. Twerking with Meg Thee Stallion. Ooh, Magneto's making jokes now. Jokes about his upbringing. Bro, this is how stupid Disney is. They're low IQ at the end of the day. We'll see what they do with Daredevil. But those are my thoughts. Magneto wipes the floor with everyone. He's the best character in the X-Men franchise, and Disney should not touch him. They should just leave him alone. Just don't touch him, all right? Michael Fassbender was too good. If you want to know my thoughts about what they're about to do to Daredevil, my boy, watch this video here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. If you want to suggest video topics to me and discuss your favorite movies and your favorite film theories with like-minded fans in a community geared towards changing storytelling itself, join my free Discord right now. The link is in the description and probably in the comment section too. Join it. We're changing the game one Coke line at a time. See you on the other side.